So, hello everyone, good morning to all. Just confirm me once in the chat box that my voice is audible so that we can start our discussion on a extremely important topic, drafting techniques under GST. Okay, sir, one request from my side, if possible, then share the link of this particular webinar with your other professional groups and professional friends so that we all can create a great world of knowledge. Sir, first of all, a special thanks to all of you. On this Sunday morning, you all have joined the session, and this is my promise to you that I will make this session a very important and insightful session for all of you. We'll start our interaction just in next 1 minute. So, good morning, everyone. Are you ready for the discussion on this very important topic, that is drafting techniques under GST? Just let me know once in the chat box so that we can start our discussion. Now, I think my voice is perfect and the video is also visible. Yes, sir. So as we all know that the baby age of GST has already over. Okay. It's 7 years already done. And now when we have filed a lot of returns on GST and common portal, whether it is your GSTR1 return, whether it is your GSTR3B return, whether it is your annual return GSTR9 or 9C, or whether any type of compliances, there may be chances there were certain lacuna while filing the return, while handling the compliances, because we are the human being. And when we are making any mistake, in that case, departmental authority has right to issue you the notice. And whenever there will be a notice in our hand, so our responsibility is to provide the response, provide the reply with the law, with the provisions, with the sections, with the case studies, with the judgments, and with the interpretation as well. Now, in the current scenario, the biggest issue is that because since last 7 years we all have filed the return only, okay, and return filing is just a format. We have feeded the data like outward, like input tax credit, like interest, like penalty, or anything else which we require to feed. We have just feeded the data in the formats. We have not checked the reference of section, we have not checked the provision, we have not checked the applicable rule in that particular matter. Hence now departmental authority is sending the notices. And initially, sir, आप सब लोगों को पता रहेगा, initially when the departmental authority has started sending notices, at that time the maximum notices were due to 3B and 1, due to 2B and 3B, due to the interest and late fees, due to the turnover hike, due to the difference between the annual return and the audit report. These are the 4 to 5 major aspects for which the departmental authority has issued the notices in past. But now, departmental authority is also brilliant. They are sending the notices on account of your place of supply, on account of your value of supply, on account of your valuation, on account of your applicability of GST, on account of your composite and mixed supply, on account of your applicability or analysis of the fraud or non-fraud cases, on account of special applicability for activity or transaction which is to be treated as a supply or not, on account of e-way bill related issues, on account of mismatch between the e-way bill and the invoices which has been submitted on GST and common portal. So these all points are the technical points. And when we are supposed to draft a particular reply, there is requirement of drafting techniques. Okay, sir, as this is the time of AI, if I am not wrong, this is the time of AI. You all will agree with me that yes, this is the time of AI. A lot of AI tools, a lot of AI generated replies are available. If you will go on ChatGPT and put your notice, ChatGPT will provide you the reply, draft the reply. But sir, just do one thing. Just draft one reply from your own self, okay? And 2 to 3 replies generate from the ChatGPT. You can easily identify that these are the ChatGPT generated responses and these are the responses which has been made by the professional itself. और जब मैं खुद से कुछ लिखूंगा तो इंटरप्रिटेशन विल बी अकॉर्डिंग टू मी ओनली एंड व्हेन आई विल प्रेजेंट इन फ्रंट ऑफ एनी अथॉरिटी एनी डिपार्टमेंट इन दैट केस आई विल प्रेजेंट विद 100% कॉन्फिडेंस. Otherwise, the data has been prepared by the chat gpt or AI tools only. Okay, that is the first lacuna which I wish to share. Okay, because जब तक मैं आपको उसके कुछ लूप होल्स नहीं बताऊंगा तब तक आप तो यही सोचोगे सर वी हैव चैट जीपीटी, व्हाई वी नीड टू लर्न द ड्राफ्टिंग टेक्निक्स. सो द फर्स्ट रीजन इज दैट. ओके, सेकंड रीजन, सर आप अपने ब्रेन को ड्राई कर रहे हो बिकॉज यू आर जस्ट यूजिंग द चैट जीपीटी. आई एम नॉट अगेंस्ट द चैट जीपीटी एट ऑल. You can use it for just verification purposes, for just to remove the grammatical mistakes, but not to draft the entire reply. Otherwise, why there will be requirement of a chartered accountant or a tax consultant or a GST practitioner? Third point, sir, chat gpt will provide you the interpretation based on the data which is available with the chat gpt, but when a human is going to go for the interpretation, the human will interpret it according to the situation, according to the scenario only. Okay, and sir, a lot of drafting formats are available. Okay, if you will check that I require the drafting format, and you can easily cut, copy and paste your matter and prepare the drafting format and prepare the reply. There is no issue with that. But sir, we are not here to cut, copy and paste the drafting formats. We are here to learn the drafting techniques, and once we have learned the drafting techniques, this is my guarantee to you, in each and every scenario you are able to provide a reply, you are able to draft a particular reply, you are able to provide or prepare a justification for any issue which has been raised by the departmental authority. Otherwise क्या होगा यार, ये 4 फॉर्मेट है, इसका तो मैं बना पा रहा हूं, but if there will be a new question, we are not able to prepare the reply, we are not able to draft the reply. That is the concern I have. Hence, in this particular session, in the next 1 hour, I am going to discuss the drafting techniques, how we can draft a particular reply in front of departmental authority. What are the key and considerations we need to keep in our mind while drafting? What is the body of a particular reply? बिकॉज सर एक बार मैंने उस पर्टिकुलर रिप्लाई की बॉडी समझ ली ना, तो मुझे इंटरप्रिटेशन के अकॉर्डिंग कंटेंट ही चेंज करना है. Am I right now, sir? Through this particular session, we are going to learn the drafting techniques, how to draft a particular reply, what is your body, what is the content which we are going to learn. Okay. So, sir, are you ready for the discussion? Just let me know once in the chat box, because I wish to see your excitement in the chat box. And also, I request each one of you, just make this session interactive. Interesting, I will make. Your responsibility is to make this session interactive. Okay. If possible, then just try to keep one notebook and pen and pencil with you, so that you found any special, any important point, you can make note of that. Okay, if you have any query, any concern in between the session, feel free to ask the same in the chat box. I am here to provide you the response. Don't wait for the last moment. Okay, sir. The mode of communication of this session will be in English only. Certain examples we may take in Hindi, so I will convert the same into English for your comfort zone. In between the session, multiple time I will ask you that this particular concept is okay for you, this particular point is okay for you. You just need to comment in the chat box yes, or if you have any query, any concern, you can ask it in the chat box. Will respond. Yes, we'll provide the recordings. Okay. कितने लोग हैं those who are joining the session from me for the first time? ऐसे कोई जो first time कोई sessions मुझसे ले रहे हैं? Recording will be available on the YouTube. We have certain participants on YouTube as well. Definitely will provide the recordings. Those who are just taking the session for the first time, just confirm me once in the chat box, so that I will be prepare myself that I need to satisfy you all as well. And those who have already taken the sessions from me, how was your experience? So let's start our discussion. Also on the YouTube, I request if you have any query on the YouTube chat box, you can comment. Okay, I will provide you the response. So let's start our discussion. Sir, probable list of litigations. क्या प्रोबेबल लिस्ट हो सकती है लिटिगेशन की, या ऐसे कौन कौन से एरियाज हो सकते हैं जहां पर देयर विल बी चांसेस ऑफ द लिटिगेशंस, और व्हाट आर द सोर्सेस फ्रॉम विच द लिटिगेशन विल अराइजेस. ओके, मुझे ये तो पता होना चाहिए ना भाई कौन कौन से सोर्सेस से मेरे पास में नोटिस आ सकता है. सो फर्स्ट विल ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द सोर्सेस, then after we'll try to understand the reason of the notices, then after we'll start our discussion that what will be the first step which you need to take after getting the notice. So first we'll just try to identify the sources of the litigation. Okay, so the probable list of litigation, that is sources of the litigation, will be first self-assessment. Self-assessment means, sir, when you are filing your GSTR 3B return, when you are filing your CMP 08 return in case of composition scheme, you are declaring your outward supply. You are claiming the input tax credit on your self-assessment basis. Okay. Now, suppose you have declared any wrong information, then the departmental authority has right to issue you the notice. So that is the first source, that is called as self-assessment. Second source, provisional assessment. When, sir, you are not able to decide a particular rate or value in a particular situation, in that case, the departmental authority is going to decide the rate and value in that particular situation. So accordingly, the litigation may arise if there will be any issue while the provisional or final assessment. Third, assessment of unregistered person. Sir, I have not taken the GST registration, but as per the data available with the departmental authority, my turnover has already crossed the limit of 20 lakh rupees, but still I have not taken the GST registration. But departmental authority has got the information that the turnover of Mr. Sachin has already crossed. In that case, departmental authority will share with me a love letter that Mr. Sachin, as your turnover has already crossed the limit, but still you have not taken the GST registration, we are going to decide your case on the basis of best judgment, the data available with us. Sir, composition dealer is not able to claim the input tax credit. Sir, audit officers first issue the DRC 01, then after DRC 07. Okay. They cannot directly issue the order. They first need to go for the show cause notice. That proceeding will discuss, sir. That proceeding will discuss. We'll also discuss our rights in this particular session. So a lot of practical points and tips I am going to discuss in this session. I just require one thing, your support. Okay, sir. Assessment of unregistered person. I have not taken the GST registration, but my turnover has already crossed the limit. In that case, departmental authority may issue me the notice that Mr. Sachin, your turnover has already crossed the limit, but you have still not taken the GST registration. We are going to decide your case on the basis of data available with us. So that type of assessment will be called as unregistered person. Assessment of non-return filers. Suppose I have taken the GST registration, but I have not filed the return since last 6 months. And departmental authority has found that Mr. Sachin is continuously taking the sessions, continuously selling the courses, continuously selling the products, but he has not filed a single return. And based on the external data, this is the approx liability of Mr. Sachin. तो उस केस में क्या कर सकती है डिपार्टमेंटल अथॉरिटी, मुझे एक नोटिस दे सकती है कि बेटा कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन के बेसिस पे ये आपकी सेल है लास्ट 6 मंथ की, इसके ऊपर वी आर गोइंग टू इंपोज यू द लायबिलिटी. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज असेसमेंट ऑफ नॉन रिटर्न फाइलर्स. अब सर, देयर मे बी चांसेस ऑफ वन क्वेश्चन इन योर माइंड. इस पर्टिकुलर सेशन में आपके दिमाग में भी अगर कोई क्वेश्चन आ रहा है ना, मैं उसको लेने की ऑलरेडी कोशिश करूंगा. देयर मे बी वन क्वेश्चन इन योर माइंड कि साहब है ना, मैं किस तरह से ये डिसाइड करूंगा, या गवर्नमेंट को वो सेल्फ जजमेंट वाला डेटा कहां से मिलेगा, हाउ गवर्नमेंट विल गेट द सेल्फ जजमेंट डेटा. सर, एक्सटर्नल सोर्सेस खूब सारे हैं. मेरी वेबसाइट से गवर्नमेंट को डेटा मिल सकता है. कोई बायर जिसने मुझसे कुछ गुड्स या फिर सर्विसेज बाय की है, उसके पास में एक्सटर्नली कुछ डेटा हो सकता है. तो इन सिनेरियोज में दैट पर्सन कैन गेट द डेटा. government will get the data. So government has a lot of sources to get the data. Business audit, सर ADT 01 आते ही दिमाग में धक धक हो जाती है. The departmental authority has taken the case for the business audit. They will ask a lot of questions in that business audit for a particular financial year or for multiple financial year, and they have right to ask anything related to that particular financial year. That is called as business audit. We'll also discuss what are the documentation we need to ready in case of business audit. Scrutiny related notices, ASMT 010 डिपार्टमेंट इश्यू करता है, और हमको ये पता रहना चाहिए इन केस ऑफ ASMT 010 द लाइबिलिटी, द राइट इन हैंड ऑफ डिपार्टमेंटल अथॉरिटी इज वेरी लिमिटेड. उसने जो पैरा उसके अंदर मेंशन किया है उस पैरा से रिलेटेड ही क्वेश्चंस वो पूछ सकता है. अदर क्वेश्चंस डिपार्टमेंटल अथॉरिटी इज नॉट एबल टू आस्क. मतलब सपोज उन्होंने कोई पैरा रेज किया रिगार्डिंग डिफरेंस बिटवीन 3B and 1, डिफरेंस बिटवीन 3B and 2B, liability on account of interest, liability on account of penalties, so departmental authority is able or departmental authority has right to ask the things related to that para only. They cannot ask anything beyond that particular para. So we need to know our right as well. कई बार क्या होता है, मुझे मेरी liabilities तो पता है, as a taxpayer, as a tax consultant, we know very well our liability. But in case of litigations, in case of departmental related things, we need to know our rights as well so that we can argue. E-way bill related issues, sir, nowadays a lot of e-way bill related issues has been raised by the departmental authority. Suppose there is a difference between e-way bill data and the invoices which you have submitted on GST and common portal. There may be chances during the moment departmental authority has checked your goods and found that e-way bill is not perfectly framed, or no particular data has been mentioned on the e-way bill. So we should take care of the grounds to save our client, because a lot of High Court or Supreme Court judgments are available in which the Honorable High Court has pronounced that merely a clerical mistake cannot lead to imposition of the penalty. So if I'm talking from the perspective of sources, these are the main sources: that your self-assessment, provisional assessment, assessment of unregistered person, assessment of non-written filers, business audit, scrutiny, or e-way bill related matters. This first slide is okay for you. These are the sources. मतलब अब जब भी आपके पास में कोई नोटिस आया असेसमेंट ऑफ अनरजिस्टर्ड पर्सन, यू शुड कीप इन योर माइंड दिस इज अ लिटिगेशन ओरिएंटेड मैटर एंड वी नीड टू गो फॉर ड्राफ्टिंग. ओके, so this is the first step or foundation when you are just getting the idea that what are the sources of litigation. मुझे उसका entry point पता होगा so that I will be able to manage that entry point. Sir, just let me know in the chat box once this first slide is okay for you. Probable list of litigations, the probable sources of litigation, so that I can move to the next slide. Okay, sir. In between the session, I just request one thing from my side, your comments in the chat box, okay? Because it gives me a motivation that we are on the right way, we are on the right path. Otherwise, ऐसा लगेगा I am in front of camera, मैं बोलता जा रहा हूँ, आपको कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है, you are just spending 1 hour. Because now approx 100 participants are here, 60-70 on Zoom and 50 on YouTube. So around 100 participants, that means 100 multiplied by 1 hour. So we all are investing around 100 hours. So we need to get the returns of that 100 hours as well. Okay. Common reasons for the notices. Sir, I also need to identify the reason of the notice, because when I will get the idea about the reason of the notice, then only I will be able to provide the reasonable reply to prepare a draft. होता क्या है, जैसे ही मेरे पास में नोटिस आया, as soon as I got the notice, first I am going for the licensing. We are not supposed to check the reason of notices. We are not supposed to check the language which is mentioned in the notices. First, we'll check the name of the authority who has issued the notice and will start the licensing with that authority. That is the wrong step. So in the next 2 slides, I am just going to discuss the common reasons for the notices, that why there will be a notice in our hand. First, cancellation of e-way bill before delivery of goods. There may be chances e-way bill expire हो गया, e-way bill cancel कर दिया गया. In that case, departmental authorities check the goods during the movement, and departmental authority has found that your e-way bill has been expired or e-way bill has been cancelled. It will lead to a notice. Departmental authority will issue you the notice regarding the e-way bill. Okay, so try to understand. ये कुछ वो areas हैं notices के जो I have identified. Okay, although there are thousands of reasons for the notices, I have just picked certain reasons, which is very relevant. Contravention of payment of tax, very famous. 86B, 1% of total tax liability you have to pay in cash if your turnover crosses 50 lakh rupees for a particular month. Since 2022, this particular provision is applicable 2021. So in that particular matter, many of the taxpayers not followed initially this specific provision, and for non-compliance of this specific provision can lead to a notice. Denial of ITC on account of mismatch of invoices. You have claimed the input tax credit in your GSTR 3B based on the invoices which is available in your hand. But while filing the return by the counterparty on GSTN portal, the amount is quite different, and the difference is reflected in GSTR 2B, and this will also lead to a notice. Disputed rate of tax. Sir, did you know this 20th September 2025 and government has given a relaxation, or there were a merger of the GST rates. 12% नहीं रहा, 5% हो गया है, किसी में 18% हो गया. In future, after 1 to 2 years, a lot of litigations will be there on account of that change only, because 22nd September के बाद we have used the new rate, that is 5%. Suppose for example 12% is not there, we have not checked the provision of time of supply, and this will lead to litigation. You can write it right now that this particular litigation will be there in future. So first we need to identify the reasons of the litigations, reasons of the notices. केवल ड्राफ्टिंग सीखना मेरा टारगेट नहीं है, मुझे ये भी तो जानना पड़ेगा व्हाई देयर इज अ नोटिस. भाई जब मैं कोई डॉक्टर के पास जाता हूं विद अ पर्टिकुलर इश्यू, डॉक्टर इज फर्स्ट गोइंग टू आइडेंटिफाई व्हाई दिस इश्यू इज हियर, then after the doctor is going for the treatment. The same role is, and the same principle is applicable for us as well. So disputed rate of tax is also a key concern. We need to have the idea of law. Disputed value of goods. Value आपको डिसाइड करनी थी in different scenarios. Suppose you need to follow rule number 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 31A, but you have just taken the transaction value and the taxable value. This will create the litigation in future. Suppose I am in Jodhpur, Rajasthan. I have a branch office at Gujarat. I am sending the goods from Jodhpur to Gujarat, and I have booked that particular transaction on 1 CR rupees in my books of accounts. You have filed the return. At the time of departmental or the audit, or at the time of any scrutiny or assessment, they will check that the 1 crore rupees you have decided, whether you have considered the rule number 28 of CGST rules or not, which will be applicable in case of related party or distinct person. Or if there will be any issue, they will raise the demand with interest, with penalty. So we need to know the reasons as well, so that we can take the preventive actions as well. आ गया उसके बाद तो we have the solution. We need to go for drafting, we need to go for reply, we need to go for litigation, but we also need to know that these are the issues which create certain litigations in future. और सर एक रिक्वेस्ट करूं कि आपसे, although in my each and every session, especially related to drafting sessions, मैं हमेशा बोलता हूं सर अब वो जीएसटी वो नहीं रहा कि हम जीएसटीआर 3B और 1 को फाइल कर लेंगे, हमारा काम चल जाएगा. विल फाइल द जीएसटीआर 1, जीएसटीआर 3B, जीएसटीआर 9 and 9C, and we are into the practice and we can survive in the market. Not at all. If you wish to survive in the market, you should have the analytical, conceptual and technical knowledge of GST law. Each and every section should be on your fingertips. Each and every provision of law should be on your fingertips. Daily 1 to 2 case study you should read, whether from a book, whether from a digital module, whether from the website of the High Court or the AAR or AAR authority, that you need to learn, sir. उसके बिना अब वो काम नहीं चलने वाला है. Just give me a single minute. there is certain issue with my external camera, so I need to use the internal camera of my laptop. Okay, so I think the voice is perfect. Okay, sir, disputed value of goods, the demand made for the non-existing dealer. Many times we all are getting this particular type of notice when the supplier is not existence or supplier registration has been cancelled from retrospective basis and departmental authorities asking for the input reversal for us. That is also a reason of notice and we need to ready for that. Okay, demand on account of mismatch between the GSTR 3B and GSTR 2A or 2B. Sir, these 2 points are same. Third point and seventh point, both are same. Okay. Denial of ITC on account of mismatch in the invoices which is available in the GSTR 2B and the mismatch between GSTR 2B and 3B. Next, fake invoices cases. Many time departmental authorities raising the concern regarding the paper transactions, regarding the claim of input tax credit without movement of goods, regarding the transfer of input tax credit without movement of goods. So this is also a reason of notice and we need to ready for that. Penalty for on non-registration of place of dispatch mentioned on e-way bill. This is the biggest issue because many times what will happen, we have an additional place of business but we forgot to report that particular additional place of business on GST records. In that case, if departmental authority has found that you have dispatched the goods from that place and the place is not added as your additional place of business, then there will be a penalty. So we need to keep in our mind from a preventive perspective that each and every additional place of business should be added to the GSTN common portal. GST registration cancellation notice, very common nowadays. Okay, suppose departmental authority has found certain issues in your business. In that case, they may issue the registration cancellation notice, show cause notice, and as soon as we'll get that particular type of show cause notice, we need to reply in a very detailed way with all the grounds. Otherwise, this will lead to the cancellation of registration. ITC denial for additional place of business. Suppose there is certain goods which is stored at your additional place of business and the same is not registered. In that case, the ITC which is available on account of that goods, that also will not be available for you. And the second point, which can departmental authority do? Departmental authority will treat that particular goods which is available on your additional place as a supply and charge GST with interest with penalty. Notice for ITC denial for late return by the supplier. Suppose a supplier has filed return after the timeline of section 16 subsection 4. In that case also there will be a notice in your hand. E-invoice not issued. Your turnover crosses the 5 crore rupees in any financial year, but you have not started the e-invoice. In that case also there will be a notice. Mismatch in invoice and e-way bill regarding vehicle numbers. Sir, you know that your toll plaza is also linked to GST and common portal. Suppose you have mentioned that this is the route from which your goods is going to the destination. In that case, departmental authority can get the data from your toll plaza whether the goods has been moved from this way or not. This type of issue may arise. Departmental authority has access to your e-way bill related data and departmental authority can demand for your invoices which is available in you with you, and on the invoice you have to mention the vehicle number. They may tell you the vehicle number which is available on the invoice and the vehicle number which is available on your e-way bill data. Mismatch in invoice date and date of invoice mentioned in e-way bill. If there will be a mismatch, in that case departmental authority may say that your e-way bill has been expired. Suppose different date is there, in that case departmental authority can say that your e-way bill has been expired, so there will be a penalty on you. These are the notice, these are the certain reasons for the notices. Sir, just let me know once in the chat box. I just wish to confirm from you all the reasons of the notices which we have covered in this particular session is okay for you, and you are agree that these are the common reasons for the notices. Just let me know once. Sir, now GSTR 3B and GSTR 2B. When the GSTR 2A was applicable, we have to compare with that GSTR 2A. But now the GSTR 2B is there, so we have to compare with GSTR 2B. Sir, if the notice has been issued under section number 74, then you have to file a ground. That will discuss. That will discuss. You have to go for a ground that, sir, we have not made any type of fraud, willful misstatement, suppression of fact. How you can cover our case under section number 74? The same should be covered under section number 73. That will discuss. Okay. सर एडिशनल प्लेस ऑफ बिजनेस अगर आपका रजिस्टर्ड नहीं है तो उस केस में डिपार्टमेंटल अथॉरिटी कैन गो फॉर टू टाइप ऑफ इशू. एक तो वो ये बोलेगा दिस एडिशनल प्लेस इज नॉट रजिस्टर्ड, so whatever goods which is available on that additional place will treat it as a supply from the principal place of business to this additional place of business and will ask for tax, interest and penalty. But second situation may be there that हम इसको सप्लाई ट्रीट नहीं करते, बट वट एवर विल बी द goods which is available with you on that additional place of business is not related to you because this additional place is not registered in GST. But for that goods you have already claimed the input tax credit, reverse it with interest. You got my point, sir? When you are putting any question, then it's really good for me. It's give me a signal that yes, you all are getting the points. You are enjoying the session now, sir. You are in view that this particular session will be helpful for you. Just let me know once in the chat box. Now, sir, before moving to the drafting techniques, whenever I will get a notice in my hand, first I need to check the notice. First I need to read the notice very carefully. First I need to identify the things which is available in that particular notice. First I need to identify the content of that particular notice. That will discuss, and this particular phase is very important. Sir, it's a journal provision. Ronak ji, it's very simple that suppose मेरा एक प्लेस जीएसटी में रजिस्टर्ड है और अगर मैंने किसी दूसरे प्लेस के ऊपर वो गुड्स भेज दिया और वो प्लेस रजिस्टर्ड नहीं है, इसका मतलब इट्स क्लियरली इंडिकेट आई हैव मेड अ सप्लाई. Very simple. Whenever there will be a movement of goods, the same will be treated as supply. If you will check the definition of supply, section number 7, whenever there will be a movement of goods, or if you will read the section number 11, 12 or 13 of place of supply, you will found whenever there will be a movement of goods, the same will be treated as supply. So in this situation, there is a movement of goods and the place where you have moved the goods, the place is not registered, the destination is not registered, hence the same will be treated as supply. I think now the logic is very much clear. Yes, yes, thank you, thank you. And also I request, sir, whenever you will ask any question or suppose you are not satisfied with the answer or if you have any further query, just put it, just ask why this provision. Because कई बार होता क्या है, हम लोग किसी प्रोविजन को सुन लेते हैं, समझ लेते हैं, but we are not able to ask the reason of that specific provision. Why there is evaluation, why there is time of supply, why there is place of supply, why there is composite or mixed supply, why there is requirement of classification of activities into goods or services, why there is requirement of HSN and SSC code. जब पूरे जीएसटी लॉ पर वाई लग जाएगा ना, और जब आपको सारे के सारे वाई के आंसर मिल जाएंगे, you will be able to understand the law technically. तीन लेवल होते हैं. There are three levels to understand any law. One is conceptual, that is you need to have the idea of section provision of law. Okay. Second होता है technical. Technical means why this provision is here. And third one is analytical, when you will go for the interpretation of that particular provision and identify the multiple interpretations of a single provision. These are the three very basics of GST. Okay. Thank you, sir. Also, one information I just wish to share, on most probably coming Saturday and Sunday, we have a course on memory techniques, in which a 5-hour course in which will cover entire GST law. Each and every section will be on your fingertips. Each and every section will be on your fingertips. Okay. So anyone wish to register, just visit our website www.batoconsultancy.com. You can find the link to register, and that is not a very high cost oriented course. That is just for 99 rupees, and that 99 rupees we are asking just for the attendance of the participants. Otherwise hota kya hai, hum log registration le lete hain, we are not coming to the session. So this time we have charged 99 rupees for that 5-hour session. And sir, अगर आपको जीएसटी की सेक्शन सीखनी है, दैट कोर्स विल बी कंप्लीटली फॉर यू, बिकॉज इन 5 hours each and every section of GST will be on your fingertips. Okay, just visit www.batoconsultancy.com and I heartily request you should register for that. Now, and those who have already joined the memory technique session, you may comment your experience that yes, it's really working or not, so that others can join the session. It's just an investment of 99 rupees, and 99 rupees is not a big amount. Your 5 hour is a big investment. Okay, so techniques to understand the language of the notice. Sir, link you can directly visit our website www.batoconsultancy.com. You will get the link. Sir, penalty is completely based on different scenarios. There is one concept that 100% penalty is available. No 100% penalty. This is completely based on situation. It may be 10%, it may be 15%, it may be 25%, it may be 50%, it may be 100%. Now, techniques to understand the language of the notice. First, अब सर, अब हम जो भी चीजें डिस्कस करें ना, these things are completely based on technical approach, and I request your 100% attention on the screen because these are technical points. First, check the notice issuing authority. Yes, we need to check who has issued the notice, not for licensing, just to check that the authority has power to issue the notice. In 20 to 30% cases, you will found that the authority who has issued the notice, that authority has no jurisdiction. And if no jurisdiction, suppose your jurisdiction is under central GST department and state GST department has issued any notice, in that case you can directly ask that particular authority that you have a letter from the state GST authority who has given you the authority to issue us the notice, because our jurisdiction under central GST. 90% of the professional has no idea that this type of right is also we have. So we need to first check who has issued the notice, who is the authority. Second, we need to check the validity of that particular notice. Abhi recently we found, and around 5 judgments has been pronounced by Honorable High Court, in which the departmental authority has issued the notice, and Honorable High Court has said that the notice cannot be issued. Reason being, this notice is, or this particular matter is time barred. So we need to check whether the notice is a valid notice, whether the notice is within the timeline or not. कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं है 2021 का notice department अब issue कर रहा है under section 73 that has already been time barred. Paresh sir, you can visit your GSTN common portal. Under red highlight, you will find your jurisdiction under your profile. Okay. So validity we have to check. If the notice has been issued by central GST department, DIN number will be available. Then ये तो हो गया, आपने उसकी वैलिडिटी चेक कर ली, the authority who has issued you the notice. Third thing which we need to check, under which section the notice has been issued, whether the notice is issued under section number 61, then the scrutiny related notice. If the notice is issued under section 65, audit related notice. If the notice is issued under section 62, 63, 64, then self summary assessment may be there, assessment of unregistered person, assessment of non-written filers. If the notice is issued under section number 129, there may be chances the notice is related to e-way bill. If the notice is issued under section 122, the notice may be issued under due to penalty imposition. So we need to identify the section for which the notice has been issued. Okay, and do one thing, just prepare. If you wish to success in your litigation profession, just go for a diary maintain. Okay, in our office, this is my diary. Okay, whenever there will be a new notice in our office, we'll just put the name of the party. We'll first list out the reasons or the summary of that particular notice, who has issued, validity of the notice, what will be the due date to file a particular reply, under which section the notice has been issued, what are the calculations has been attached, what are the grounds which is taken by the departmental authority, so that in future, suppose I need to file an appeal in front of appellant authority, appealing tribunal, I have the summary. Again and again need not to read that particular notice. ये आपकी efficiency को improve करेगा. So section you have to identify. There may be chances departmental authority has taken the reference of 3, 4, 5, 7 sections. You have to mention all the sections. जैसे ही आपको section identify हो गया ना, you can easily identify the reason of the notice. Suppose the particular notice has been issued under section number 7. It will directly give you idea that section 7 में आया, that means there is issue with supply. If the notice is due to section number 8, आपको पता चल जाएगा कि there is certain issue with the composite and mixed supply. So you have to check that particular thing only. And many time departmental authorities imposing multiple reconciliations, like interest calculation related reconciliation, late fees calculation related reconciliation, 2b and 3b ke difference related reconciliation, 3b and 1 ke difference related reconciliation. If there will be any calculation attached by the departmental authority, we need to check the arithmetical calculation, because there is one concept in our mind that if the notice has been issued by the departmental authority, that means everything is perfect. Not at all. We need to check the arithmetical calculation is perfect or not. In 20 to 30% cases, you will find certain issues in the arithmetical calculations. Sir, techniques to read the notice is okay for you. Now, whenever you will get a notice, first you need to check who has issued the notice, whether the particular person is an authorized person, whether the notice is valid notice within the timeline or not. You first need to identify the section under which the notice has been issued. Then you need to identify the reason of the notice, and you have to check the arithmetical calculation of that particular notice. एक बार नोटिस परफेक्ट हो गया, आपको समझ आ गया ड्राफ्टिंग कोई बहुत बड़ा खेल नहीं है. हमको लगता है जो बंदा ड्राफ्टिंग कर रहा है, ही इज एक्सपर्ट इन ड्राफ्टिंग. नॉट एट ऑल. दैट पर्सन इज एक्सपर्ट इन द लॉ. That person has idea about the conceptual, technical, and analytical knowledge of the law. That person is no sound in the drafting, because drafting is nothing. Drafting is just to set the things. भाई मुझे किसी सेक्शन के 5 इंटरप्रिटेशन आते हैं तो आई कैन इजीली ड्राफ्ट. मुझे लॉ का ही नॉलेज नहीं है, फिर चाहे मुझे बॉडी कितनी ही रटवा दो, उससे क्या हो जाएगा. ओके, next, check the applicability of various GST provision. After reading the notice, just go through with the relevant provision regarding applicable section, interpretation of that particular section, analysis, and the fighting. Because now you need to go for the drafting. Drafting पे जाने से पहले आपको ये तो पता होना चाहिए, you need to know under which section the notice has been issued. So suppose departmental authority has issued the notice under section number 7 for the wrong classification as supply of goods instead of supply of services, HSN and SEC related jagda. Departmental authority has given the analysis. Now when you will prepare the reply, you also need to take the reference of same section. एक ही सेक्शन से 4 से 5 इंटरप्रिटेशन है, you need to take the reference of same section. You have to go for the interpretation of that particular section. So you have to identify the applicable section. You have to go for the interpretation according to you. That should not be from the ChatGPT or AI tool. That should be you only. Then after, you need to go for the analysis of that particular section. There may be 3 to 4 to 5 analysis of a particular section. You have to pick the one interpretation or the analysis which is very much favorable to your client in your situation. And you have to prepare a findings that based on my submission, based on my interpretation, based on my analysis, what will be the prospect of the departmental authority, and based on that interpretation, you need to go for your preparation of reply. एक कॉन्सेप्ट शुरू से ही हमारे दिमाग में डाला गया है, जितना बड़ा रिप्लाई होगा उतना इफेक्टिव होगा. नॉट एट ऑल. If you are able to summarize the reply, if you are able to give the details or the interpretation of your situation in 2 pages, your 2 pages reply is more than sufficient. There is no requirement of 20 pages reply. That is the first thing which you need to keep in your mind. There is no requirement of 20 pages. Okay. Second thing, whenever you are going to prepare a reply, there is one concept. यार अगर कुछ सेक्शन ही डालने तो सेक्शन को कट कॉपी एंड पेस्ट करके पूरा का पूरा लिख देते, रिप्लाई लेंथी भी हो जाएगा और आवर रिप्लाई विल बी इफेक्टिव. द अथॉरिटी हु इज गोइंग टू रीड योर नोटिस, दैट इज आल्सो अ पर्सन. उसको भी चाहिए सिंप्लीफाइड, जैसे हमको चाहिए ना सिंप्लीफाइड. व्हाई यू आर टेकिंग द सेशन फ्रॉम सचिन? You can easily check the drafting techniques on the crucial videos which is available on YouTube or on other platforms, or you can directly read the 200 or 300 pages drafting book. But you wish to learn it in 1 hour. Why? You require simplicity. So everyone requires the simplicity. So when we are providing our reply to the departmental authority or in front of any appellant tribunal or high court, we need not to cut, copy and paste the entire section. Our purpose is to provide the extract of that relevant portion. And whenever you are supposed to put any reference of section or any extract of section, whenever you are putting any section or any reference relevant extract of section or reference, you need to put the simplified interpretation as well. कई बार क्या होता है, we are just cut copy and paste the section or the rule, we are not providing the interpretation. Sir, you have to provide the interpretation, because for a single rule or for a single section or for a combination of rule or section, there may be multiple interpretation. What interpretation you have taken for the preparation of grounds, you have to include in your reply. If you are taking the reference of any double AR authority, triple AR authority, High Court or Supreme Court judgment, yes, I agree with you. If you will add the reference of any judgment of High Court, Supreme Court, double AR, triple AR authority, your reply will be effective. But the point is that merely cut, copy, and paste the entire judgment will not be sufficient. You have to take the relevant extract, because High Court may pronounce the particular judgment in 40 pages, 50 pages. If you will check the High Court judgments, possibly it will be in 40 to 50 pages. You need not to cut, copy, and paste the entire 40 to 50 pages. If the 3 pages are relevant or the summary is possible, just put the summary and your interpretation with reference to that particular section, that particular case study which you are taking. In your case, you have to mention. अदरवाइज वो डिपार्टमेंटल अथॉरिटी भगवान तो है नहीं जो सेक्शन और केस स्टडी डालते ही समझ जाएगा ये डाली किस लिए है. सो यू हैव टू प्रोवाइड इंटरप्रिटेशन. और कई बार होता क्या है, डिपार्टमेंटल अथॉरिटी सेइंग दैट सर जस्ट प्रिपेयर अ रिप्लाई एंड प्रोवाइड अस, विल सेटल डाउन द मैटर. सपोज आपकी लाइजनिंग सेट नहीं हुई, आपका मैटर सेट नहीं हुआ, ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर सिचुएशन, इन दैट पर्टिकुलर सिनेरियो, यू हैव टू फाइल अपील इन फ्रंट ऑफ अपीलेंट अथॉरिटी, अपीलेंट ट्रिब्यूनल. योर बेस रिप्लाई प्लेज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल. कई बार हमको लगता है यार उसी अथॉरिटी को ही तो रिप्लाई देना जिससे मैं रोज मिलता हूं. So why there is requirement to go for a very professional reply? Yes, there is requirement of a professional reply, because your first reply will be your base reply that will play a very important role. Suppose you are providing any reconciliation related to the comparison of GSTR 3B and 1, related to the comparison of GSTR 2B and 3B, related to the interest calculation, related to the late fees calculation, related to the value determination, related to the time of supply or place of supply determination, that reconciliation should be part of your annexure. उस एक ही रिप्लाई में, उस वर्ड शीट में सारे के सारे annexure भी डालने की कोशिश मत करो. Just write a line. The calculation or the reconciliation of GSTR 1 and 3B will part of annexure A. The comparison of late fees will be part of annexure B, so that you can provide different annexures with your reply. It will give a simplicity, a simplification. Sir, merely mentioning the case name is not sufficient. You need to provide the interpretation, because there may be chances Honorable High Court has pronounced a specific decision in a specific scenario. If you are using that particular decision, if you are using that particular judgment in your case, there may be chances there are certain slight differences. So while providing a simplified explanation, interpretation, you have to put your ground as well. Okay, that we need to do. So these are the important points which we need to keep in our mind from drafting. Sir, this particular slide is okay for you? Just let me know once in the chat box so that we can move to the next slide. Sir, are you getting my points now? Just 15 minutes more, I will conclude the session. Now, our next slide is the slide which is related to drafting techniques. Sir, if I'm talking from the perspective of drafting techniques, then the first thing which is very important, that is coverage of issue. अगर डिपार्टमेंटल अथॉरिटी ने 4 to 5 पैरास के अंदर आपको कोई नोटिस दिया है, देन आवर रिप्लाई शुड कवर ऑल द इश्यूज. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए you have just touched to 4 issues and one issue you have not take care. So we have to take care of all the issues which has been asked by the departmental authority. Coverage of the issue should be there. Reference of the provision of law, which is also a very important point. Interpretation issues, that means if you are putting any reference of section, if you are putting any reference of case study, if you are putting any judgment, then there is requirement to go for the interpretation. Classification related issues, suppose there is a issue with the classification as goods or services, there is issue as a classification of composite or mixed supply, then we have to provide our interpretation with reference to law and sections. Calculation should part of your annexures only, and calculation should be perfect. Documentation and submission, so these are the most important points from drafting perspective, that whenever you will go for the drafting, that will be cover entire issue. You have to take the reference of law, you have to go for interpretation, you have to go for the annexures, for calculation, tables, reconciliation, and all the supporting documents should part of your annexures. These are the points which we need to keep in our mind. और सर दिस इज माय एश्योरेंस टू यू, ये 5 से 6 पॉइंट आपने अपने दिमाग में रख लेना, देयर इज नो रिक्वायरमेंट टू कीप द बॉडी इन योर माइंड एज वेल. Drafting body, if you know that I have to cover the issue, I have to provide the interpretation, I have to take the reference of section and the judgment, but I have to provide the interpretation and the summary of that judgment, your reply will be perfect, sir, because you are covering all the aspects. Hota kya hai, will just put or give the command to the chat gpt or prompt to the chat gpt that ये एक नोटिस है, इसका रिप्लाई बना दो. अब नोटिस में उसकी मेमोरी में जो है वही वो बनाएगा, but as a human being I can easily identify the coverage of the issue. Common grounds, sir, can you please give us idea certain common grounds which we need to keep in our mind? Okay, although there are thousands of grounds are available based on the scenario, based on the situation, based on the issue, but there are certain common grounds which we need to keep in our mind. One is period of limitation. Suppose the matter is time barred, then we need to keep one point in our mind, period of limitation, else we are not able to provide any reply. Second, natural justice principle. This is a very important principle. आपको पता है, recently High Court has pronounced the decision when the notice has been issued on GST and common portal, but the same has not been given to the particular person on email or on the physical address, and the taxpayer has used the principle of natural justice. Second scenario, if you wish to know, in that particular scenario, e-way bill has certain clerical mistakes. The principle of natural justice has been taken care. Third scenario, in which the timeline to file an appeal in front of appellant authority has already been expired, and appellant authority has not accepted the same in front of High Court merely on the grounds of principle of natural justice. The Honorable High Court has pronounced the decision in favor of the taxpayer and given the right to file appeal. So this principle of natural justice is a very important principle. No document identification number. Suppose DIN number is not mentioned on the notice which has been issued by the Central GST Department, then we are not liable to provide a reply. Suppose the departmental authority has issued a particular demand, then reason of that demand should be mentioned in that particular notice. Suppose in the notice the reason of demand is not there, this will also a ground for you that as we are providing the reply, as we are preparing the grounds. But one important point which we wish to highlight, that sir, the departmental authority has not mentioned the reason of the demand which has been raised by the departmental authority. Revenue neutral transactions. Revenue neutral transactions. सपोज आउटपुट की जगह इनपुट क्लेम हो गया, आउटपुट पेमेंट की जगह मैंने इनपुट को रिवर्स कर दिया. इन दैट केस डिपार्टमेंटल अथॉरिटी may issue you the notice, but we may take a ground of revenue neutral transaction. There is no revenue loss in the hand of grounds, in the hand of government, but yes, there is a procedural lapse. You can go for a minimum amount of penalty, but you cannot impose a huge amount of penalty. No jurisdiction of issuing authority, we have already done this particular point. Grounds in respect of penalty and interest. Suppose the departmental authority has imposed the penalty and interest, and the penalty has been imposed due to a clerical mistake, due to the man-made errors. In that case, we may file a grounds on the basis of principle of natural justice. Article 14 Constitution of India, we may take the reference and we may file our reply. So Article number 14 Constitution of India is also very important for us regarding the principle of natural justice. Whenever we are going to prepare a reply, we need to keep in our mind that all other provisions also we need to keep in our mind. Because जब मैं litigation के profession में हूँ, तो मुझे सिर्फ अगर GST आता है मेरा काम नहीं चलेगा. Suppose departmental authority is asking for your departmental authority is asking for your data. In that case, Information Technology Act is very important. Information Technology Act 2002, I need to keep in our mind. So multiple laws I have to take care. Okay, sir, if din number is not mentioned, in that case you should not ignore the notice, you should go for a reply that, sir, as the notice which has been issued by your good self, but the din number is not mentioned, hence the notice will be treated as invalid notice. Yes, in natural justice there is requirement of PH, and three adjournment can be granted. But suppose if the departmental authority has not provided the opportunity of personal hearing, you can directly say this is a violation of natural justice, opportunity of being heard. A lot of high court judgments are available in the market. You just need to put the reference of that judgment. So common grounds. But yes, for preparation of grounds, there is requirement of sound knowledge of law. अगर अभी तक आपको GST नहीं आता है, if you are not able to analyze the provision of the GST law, in that case, first you need to work on your GST law related knowledge. Body of your reply क्या होगी? First you have to mention the facts of situation. Directly we are not supposed to start our reply that this is the calculation which we have attained, and according to our calculation no penalty should be imposed or no tax liability should be created. First we have to provide the facts of situation, that we are the dealer or we are the trader in textile products, we have made this specific supply to this specific person, but the or we have bought the goods from this specific supplier, but the registration of supplier has been cancelled. So first we have to provide the facts of situation. In different scenario, different facts will be there. Suppose departmental authority ने goods detain कर दिया, e-way bill में कुछ issue था, तो पहले आपको बताना पड़ेगा we have dispatched the goods from Jodhpur to Gujarat. During the transportation we forgot to mention the vehicle number on the e-way bill due to clerical mistake, and departmental authority detained the goods during the movement, and departmental authority has found that the vehicle number is not mentioned. पहले उसको सिचुएशन तो क्लियर कर लो. Then after we'll file our grinds based on section, based on provisions, reference of section under which the notice has been issued. पहले आपने facts दिखाए उसको. Then after you have to include that based on the section number 61 or based on the section number 129 of CGST Act, departmental authority has issued the so-called notice that why we have not mentioned and asking for the penalty. So now, then after your drafting role will start, you have to go for the simplified explanation of this section, that this is my section under which I am providing the reply. Reference of case study. If you are put the reference of case study, you have to take the reference of case study and the simplified explanation of that case study. Any calculation, any reconciliation, any table you wish to attach, then the same should part of your annexures. Supporting documentation. Suppose any invoice, any bill copy, any other documentation, any technical issue, if you wish to submit with the departmental authority, then the same should part of your annexures, and concluding para should be attached at the end, that based on the above information, based on the above submission which we have made, based on the analysis of section, based on the analysis of case study, we request your good self to drop the proceedings under the para. This is the body of reply. Sir, through this particular session, you are gaining a particular confidence in your mind that yes, we are able to draft a particular reply, or you are learning something, because this is the most important thing which I wish to know from you. Otherwise there will be no use of this session. Now, special while drafting the appeal. Sir, as this is the time of appeal, we have to file in front of appellant authority, appellant tribunal. Okay, GST 80 may be, if you are facing any issue while filing the appeal, as the date has been extended till 31st July. So we have uploaded a video on YouTube channel, our YouTube channel, Learn with Batuk. A free video is available in 15 minutes. We have explained hands-on session how to file an appeal on GST and GST 80 portal, practical aspect. Okay, so you can check that video if you are facing any issue. Okay? So special while filing the appeal in front of appellant authority, appeal should be based on law only. कुछ भी facts आप डाल दो, but you should take care of the sections and law as well. Yes, one sample drafting format will share. We'll share the sample drafting format. Okay. So a lot of drafting formats are available with me. We'll share. So appeal should be based on law only. Interpretation will be the essential part of your appeal. Appeal should be point to point. There is no requirement of 50, 60, 70 pages appeal in front of appellant authority or appellant tribunal. If your appeal is 3 pages, that is also more than sufficient. But the point is that your appeal should be point to point. Show cause notice and order summary should be covered in appeal memorandum. Okay. When you are going for the appeal memorandum preparation, your show cause notice and order summary should be there. Reference of case study is required in case of appeal. This is the most important thing which we need to keep in our mind. Appeal should be filled with the para-wise. Okay. Appeal should be your para-wise. Para number 1, para number 2, para number 3. Now, these are the techniques related to appeal filing. Now, from drafting perspective, 2 to 3 very important things which I wish to share with you, regarding the appeal filing. Okay. But before moving to that 2 to 3 important points regarding the drafting, I just wish to everyone that, sir, one QR code is here. Whatever was your experience for our today's session, just scan this QR code and provide your reviews on the given QR code. Okay. For today, we'll select 5 participants from the entire reviews and give one book, GST Pe Charcha, our authored comic book on GST Pe Charcha, absolutely free to the 5 participants which we are going to select. Okay. So I request each one of you, sir, provide your valuable feedback on the QR code, because why I am asking, your feedback plays a very important for me. Okay. After the session, I will personally check the feedbacks which you will provide, and based on that, we'll plan our next sessions as well. So we'll get an idea that how we are going. So for motivation, we require your feedback. So I request each one of you, just go and scan this QR code and provide your valuable feedback in 2-3 lines. Okay. I request, if you wish to provide it later on, just click the image of this QR code. You can provide it later on by today itself, Okay. So 2 to 3 things which I wish to share with you regarding the drafting techniques. Number 1, sir, as we know that the GSTR 3B, GSTR 1, GSTR 9C is automated, because your 3B and 1 is automated. Your 1 is completely based on e-way bill or e-invoice related data. Now 3B has also, government has locked your 3B. Your input tax credit is also based on GSTR 2B. Your output is also based on your GSTR 1. So when you are filing your GSTR 1 and 3B, which is automated, auto-populated data, you just need to verify it. Okay. And based on this data, your GSTR 9 and 9C will be prepared automatically. So why there is requirement of a chartered accountant, tax consultant, GST practitioner for the GST practice? This is the biggest question. The point is that, sir, now the issues, the litigations will not be merely based on reconciliation, will not be merely based on calculations. Now the litigations will be based on the technical provision of law regarding the place of supply, time of supply, value of supply, interpretation related issues regarding the applicability of GST, regarding the exemption notification, regarding the calculation of reversal, regarding the calculation on account of exempted or taxable products or services, regarding the classification as goods or services, regarding the applicability of HSN and SSC code. अभी तक तो मैच हुआ नहीं हुआ चल गया, but now there is a automation. So technical points or analytical points will lead the notices, and to solve that particular point of notices, there is requirement to sound amount of knowledge of GST law to go for a drafting, because future you will not able to survive if you are merely having the idea of return filing and the compliances. If you have idea of provisions of law, in that case, yes, you will survive in the market, because a lot of litigations will be there. So first thing, if you wish to survive in the market, there is requirement to have the idea of the sections, provisions, each and every section, each and every rule of GST law, GST rules. That is the first thing. Second thing, you have to make a habit yearly. You have to read one book at least, from my suggestion. कोई भी बुक पढ़ो, मेरी ऑथर्ड बुक पढ़ना, कहीं नहीं लिखा हुआ है. A lot of authors are available in the market. You just need to read a book. Daily basis पे you have to read one case study at least, so that you will get the idea that what interpretation we require. आपको section का पता है, provision का पता है, rule का पता है, but you have no idea how to go for interpretation and analysis. For that purpose, you have to go and analyze certain case studies on daily basis. Okay. So these are the things. First thing, for drafting, you have the idea of GST law. Second thing, you have the idea about the case studies, judgments pronounced by Honorable High Court, Supreme Court, AAR, AAR authorities. These are the two most important things which we need to keep in your mind if you wish to survive in the future market. Thank you all. How was your experience? Just scan this QR code and share your reviews in 2 to 3 lines. I request each one of you. This is my personal request. Now, I have one thing. Sir, can you please give me 5 minutes more? Is that possible to give me 5 minutes more? Because I have something very special to show you all. If you permit me, then I can. Yes, the PPT will be shared on your registered mail ID. If you will give me 5 minutes, then I may show you. Sir, now there is one concern. Sir, how will get the case studies on daily basis? How will get the judgments on daily basis? How we can get the access of the judgments? Or agar mujhe judgment mil bhi gaya, that judgment is around 40 pages, 50 pages, 60 pages. How we can get the summary of that particular judgment? कैसे मुझे वो सब मिलेगा? So for your kind information, that is not an advertisement, this is just an information which I wish to share, that we have developed something. Okay, that sir, we have developed a special digital library. I just need to show you our digital library. This is our digital library. In this particular digital library, we have covered all the judgments of High Court, Supreme Court, AAR, AAR authority. And the one thing which I wish to clear, in this particular digital library, we have not added any AI model, any chatbot, any chat GPT, because we don't wish that our professionals should become dry. If you wish to read any judgment, you have to read. आप क्वेश्चन लिखोगे, उसका आंसर आपको चैट जीपीटी और एआई देगा? नॉट एट ऑल. You have to read the judgment. But what we have done, we have made the particular judgment or case study in a very simplified way. With 100% interest, you can read that. Okay. Now, sir, till date we have covered around 2000 plus case studies in this particular model. And जैसे ही आज कोई judgment आता है, same day the case study will be uploaded in this particular module in a simplified way. High Court judgment, Supreme Court judgment, AAR, AAR, authority related judgment from GST and from income tax. Okay. Now, the most important thing, we are not merely putting the judgments, because it is not possible for a layman to read, or a tax practitioner or a tax consultant to read entire 40 to 50 pages. What we are doing, we are providing a summary of that judgment. With that, we are providing a 2-minute short video. In that particular video, entire coverage of the judgment has been provided to you with the practical implication. So daily basis पे वो एक 2 minute का video check किया, you will get an idea in your brain that yes, this is the judgment which has been pronounced by the High Court, AAR authority, AAR authority. Okay, just for example, if you wish to check, but here no chat GPT, AI tool is here. Okay, you have to put the case study name, or you have to put the judgment here, so that the particular judgment will be present. Just like this Maruti judgment, I am just going to open for your reference. All the judgments will be based on this approach only. When you will click on the particular judgment, this judgment will appear, Messrs Maruti Enterprises versus others. Allahabad High Court का decision है, decision dated 14th May 2026. The entire prospect is here. Okay, you need not to read the entire judgment. You can check this from this table of content, that you wish to read the introduction, facts of the cases, contentions of the petitioner, issue before the High Court, analysis. Suppose you wish to directly visit the judgment summary, then you just need to click on judgment summary. Direct a judgment summary will appear. At the end of each and every judgment, we have provided a judgment summary. Just by reading this table, goods movement West Bengal to Delhi, role of Uttar Pradesh transit state only, power to inspect goods, yes, power to detain and penalize, no, e-invoice not generated, procedural defect, final outcome. So अगर आप खाली इस टेबल को भी पढ़ते हो, इस जजमेंट समरी को भी पढ़ते हो, you will get an idea. Okay, suppose you wish to read the entire para, non-generation of e-invoice, you just need to click that particular table will lead to non-generation of para. इससे भी आप सेटिस्फाई नहीं हुए, आपको चाहिए कोई शॉर्ट वीडियो. सो व्हाट वी हैव डन, वी हैव रिकॉर्डेड अ शॉर्ट वीडियो फॉर ईच एंड एवरी केस स्टडी बाय मी itself for GST. You will directly revisit it to our directed to our YouTube channel. Okay, and you will get the judgment analysis in 2 minutes. Okay, around, this is a video of 1 minute and 58 seconds. Each and every video will be around 1 minute 58 seconds, 1 minute 50 seconds, 2 minute, 2 minute 10 seconds. The entire judgment has been covered, and on daily basis the same we are doing. Okay, In this digital library, in this particular digital library, also we have done, if you wish to read the income tax act, entire income tax act has been covered in this particular digital library. Entire CGST act, IGST act, CGST rules, IGST rules is also covered in this particular. As soon as any update or circular will come, the update and circular is also provided in this particular digital library. We have provided the Excel of HSN and SSC code. You just need to put the HSN and SSC code. Complete description will appear automatically. When compliance corporate calendar has already been incorporated in this digital library, and around 30 plus digital books which has been authored by me only, technical books we have provided in this digital library for free of cost. Okay, so main focus of this digital library, आज हर कोई AI टूल या चैट जीपीटी पे काम कर रहा है, आज हर कोई AI टूल और चैट जीपीटी पे काम कर रहा है, but we have work on this digital library in which we are provided a self recorded 2 minutes video for each and every judgment for your reference, so that उस वीडियो से आप easily आइडिया ले पाओगे कि उस पर्टिकुलर जजमेंट में क्या कहना चाह रहा है, उसका प्रैक्टिकल इंपैक्ट क्या आ रहा है, और आप खुद भी उसे पढ़ पाओगे, बिकॉज बहुत ही सिंप्लीफाइड वे के अंदर उसे बनाया गया है। और कई सारे हम लोगों ने फिल्टर दिए हैं। सपोज you wish to read the notification, when you will click on sidebar notification, all the notification will be there. When you will once again click on notification, the data will automatically remove. Suppose you wish to read anything related to notices and reply, the same will be there. When you will click on notices and reply, it will be removed. When you will click on GST and when you will click on GST case laws, all the judgment of GST will be there. Just like CG Tollway Limited, Union of India ka judgment, you need to check. This is the judgment. Rajasthan High Court ka decision dated this and this. This is the table of content. This is the short video if you wish to check. This is again a 1 minute and 57-second video for this judgment. So I have just shared the data because everyone is focusing on AI and ChatGPT, but we wish that everyone should gain the idea through their own brain. Hence we have developed this particular type of digital library. Okay, initially we are not charging very big amount for this digital library. Initial this library for 1 year is available for 3,100 only for 1 year subscription. Okay, if you will buy it for today, then it will be available for next 1 year. 3,100 is the price. Suppose during this particular phase of 1 year, if you will face at any point of time that I am not satisfied with the digital library, you just need to text us. We'll refund your 3,100 rupees. Will not ask a single question. Second, we'll include you in a WhatsApp group, so that if you have any query, any concern, you can ask in that WhatsApp group, or on daily basis the judgment will be shared in that particular WhatsApp group for your ready reference. So I request each one of you, if it is possible for you to invest around 3,100 rupees, then just go for it. I am just going to share the link to buy this digital library. You just need to click on the link. You will be directly moved to our buying page. Whenever after buying this particular digital library, one mail will be received on your registered mail ID with the access ID and password. When you will log into ID and password, entire digital library will be present in front of you, and on the WhatsApp group on daily basis you will get the content. Okay, this digital library I have shown not for any advertisement, not for any promotion. This is just something which we have developed and we wish to share with you. And 3,100 we are charging. Reason being, when you will pay something, then you will check it on daily basis. Otherwise kya free mein aaya hua hai, why there is requirement to check? That is also a purpose. And in between the particular journey, at any point of time, if you face that this is not for me, you can comment us, we'll refund your amount. Okay, and judgments will be, sir. Krishna ji, if the same is showing unlock full library, then keep it as it is, but you are able to check everything. Okay, this is a particular issue which is there. The same will be removed very soon. Okay, but you can access, you can check any case study, any judgment. No sir, free access is not possible for us, but yes, after paying, if you will not satisfied, we'll refund the amount. So I request each one of you, if possible, then go and subscribe this digital library. If you have any further queries, or if you are not able to make the payment through this particular link, I have shared a WhatsApp number. You just need to comment on this WhatsApp number, whatever will be your issue, our team will guide you. Okay, so I request once check it. And on next Saturday and Sunday, we have a 5-hour session on memory techniques. On memory techniques, sir, Richa ji, it is already a very discounted price, 3,100. If you will compare it with market, 10,000, 12,000, 15,000, 20,000 they are charging, and they are not providing any recorded video for each and every judgment, for each and every case study. Okay. And also, sir, we are human. So suppose कोई केस स्टडी हमसे मिस हो गई या हमने कोई पुरानी केस स्टडी इसमें कवर नहीं की, बट इफ यू रिक्वायर द एनालिसिस ऑफ दैट जजमेंट, you just need to WhatsApp us that this judgment we require. We'll upload it within 12 hours with the recorded video. That facility also we are providing. If you have any further query, any further question, concern, you just need to WhatsApp on the given number. My team will share with you the details. Or I request each one of you, on next Saturday and Sunday, we have memory technique GST session, 99 rupees. Just try to enroll for that particular course. Thank you once again. And I again request each one of you, try to provide your valuable feedback on the given QR code. I request each one of you. Thank you everyone for joining the session. Thank you for joining the session on this Sunday morning. I hope we will learn a lot of things in near future. Thank you. We'll meet again in any other session, in any other webinar, in any other workshop. And yes, if you have any further query, any further question, Saturday and Sunday timing will be, you can check on our website, www.batuconsultancy.com. You can easily check the same. And yes, you have any query, any concern, you can WhatsApp us on the given number. Thank you once again for the for joining this particular session. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.